Hybrid trucks are the next big thing. We're going to take a look at this hybrid TRD off-road Tacoma. I'll include a link to the Carmel and Toys website in the description down below. They're providing us with this Tacoma. Let's get right into it. This week's giveaway highlight is a 57 Chevy Resto model with over 600 horsepower. If you happen to be interested, use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. Any donation, $25 or more, will give you 4x bonus entries into this giveaway. Under the hood is a hybrid turbo 2.4 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic. Fuel economy is 22 around town, 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 326 horsepower and then 465 pound-feet of torque. If you're able to, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. You do get badges to signify which Tacoma you're rocking if you get the hybrid, and like the hood. Now down below we've got very angular lights. You can see most everything's blacked out. You do get fog lights. Now with the hybrid off-road you get an air dam. You can remove it easily. There are recovery points below. Other than the air dam, I do like the front end style of the new Tacoma. Tire wheel setup is 265 by 70 by 18. You get special wheels with the TRD off-road and, you know, soft all-terrain tires, but they're still all-terrain tires. Now this is also going to come with Bilstein shocks. It's coil sprung front and rear, solid axle in the back though. And then here's your side profile with the truck. This one has the shorter bed, but you got the big cab. That's kind of modern trucks in a nutshell. Now when it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock Toyota logo there at the bottom, and that's all. Popping into the bed, the tailgate is dampened, so it slow lowers. Underneath here, we actually have some USB action and 12 volt. Looks like there's cargo sliders too. There's an outlet on the other side of the bed, and yeah, full composite bed. This one doesn't have the bed liner. The bed liner helps out with grip, which is kind of a downside of the composite. And then with the tailgate itself, it is easy to lift. You got the double taillight design, which is kind of a cool thing. And then notice Tacoma there stamped into the tailgate. That will cap things off for the exterior on this Tacoma. Let's now check out the interior of the Tacoma. Gonna be a little more basic on the door panel with the plastic. You do get the TRD right there though. Cloth seats here with this particular package, and then you do lose the underseat storage because of the hybrid battery. Legroom in the back is pretty darn good. We do have some cup holders here in the rear, USBs, outlet in the back. Good headroom here in the rear, and then this one has fixed glass in the back. Keyless entry for up front. Let's pop in. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. Down below, we've got all of your window controls. A little bit of soft touch for the driver. 1,200 pounds for the payload capacity with this truck. Cloth for the front seat. It is manual with the adjustments for both sides. Got that turn on the outlet, stability control, and then you have automatic brights. I hate that feature. Now you do get a nice steering wheel even in this more baseline. It's got perforations on either side so you get better grip. This comes with adaptive cruise control with lane centering. You've got your volume voice command controls on the other side. And I'll start talking about these systems. Toyota's system is pretty good. Can glitch out from time to time. Kind of struggles with curves. Digital gauge cluster in the center. You can customize each individual gauge with this, and with the drive mode select, you can go through the different modes. There is also a multi-terrain select. That's like the off-road modes that you can switch between. But you do have to be in four-wheel drive high at least to use MTS. Just a backup camera in reverse with this, pretty good resolution. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it's giant, it's a touchscreen, it's quick to respond, it's a good unit. You've got single zone climate, automatic climate though, heated seats. We also have that for the radio control, and then no trailer brake controls, just a little bit of storage. Got some USB ports, TRD shifter with this, parking brake, auto hold. Part-time four-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case, and then you'll note you've got your MTS, your crawl control, your tow mode, rear diff lock, comes standard with the TRD off-road. Cup holders there in the background, good center console. Do like the trim here on the top. And then yeah, not much to talk about up top. This one as equipped is $50,719. Let's see how this TRD off-road performs. Tacoma hybrid TRD off-road. This is a truck that a lot of people want because yeah, you do lose a little bit of space underneath the seats, right? Don't get that anymore, but hybrid power and a little bit more efficiency. Not a lot of bit more efficiency, just a little bit more efficiency. If you want a lot of bit more efficiency, then well, you gotta go for something that's not a truck, right? And that'll be interesting to see the, you know, hybrid truck thing, how that goes long term, because it adds like very little extra efficiency and mostly just adds lots of power, which is nice. But I'm wondering how that's going to take on. But I mean, I do think that it adds enough extra efficiency that you get the, if you do a reasonable enough fuel tank, you get extra range. That's appealing. Truck people, you know, we care about fuel economy, but we care more about range. It's like the thing that's the most appealing, most important overall. The seats are firm, but you know, I'm pretty comfortable. Not a bad setup at all. I think it's pretty good for what you're getting. Great torque. I mean, you barely have to get into this thing. Again, it drives very diesel-like. That's something that I really appreciate about this powertrain, because we don't really get diesels, small diesels in the US. So it's like this, you know, hybrid torquey turbo engine is as close as we'll get. But man, I wonder how a diesel hybrid would feel. That's got to be like the most beautiful torquey experience on the planet. Now the power, it handles pretty well too, but it's still a truck, so it kind of does the truck stuff a little bit. It's not bad. But you can feel the, you know, it's body and frame, so you can feel it kind of tossing a little bit from side to side. Like I said, it's not bad at all. You just notice it though. Certainly do. Yeah, I just drove a TRD Sport before this. Man, the suspension in this thing is so much more comfortable. It is much more comfortable. Got to turn the steering wheel forever, but not bad. I really do like the torque, and the suspension's good. This truck drives really well. Yeah, the top end's not super strong, but that's fine. It's a truck. Most of the time when you're driving a truck, you're doing this, right? You're partial throttle, and it's got the torque for the partial throttle. No problems, no complaints. It just does the work it needs to do. Yeah, the suspension, this is good. So the Tacoma off-road, well, remove the air dam, of course. You'll lose a little bit of fuel economy. And put more aggressive tires on it. Again, you lose a little bit of fuel economy, but it's worth it. And just understand, you don't really need to modify these new Tacomas all that much. You can fit pretty big tires underneath these things. Stock. So just do big aggressive tires, remove the air dam, and you have a very capable, good-looking truck. But you're still paying a pretty penny for it. The hybrid ain't cheap, and well, someone donked a Tundra. Anyways, the hybrid ain't cheap, and the new Tacoma's definitely not cheap. I mean, cloth seats for over 50 grand, but I suppose someone's paying it, right? Or Toyota would stop making them.